biceps training, for the most part, I'm a big fan of the basics: barbell curls, preacher curls, hammer curls, and various forms of concentration curls, supination curls, since that's a key function of the biceps. At times, I'll modify various pulling movements that you might normally perform for the back, except I'll focus more on the biceps and just switch up my positioning and just switch up the movement to target more of the biceps and brachialis. And so what I'll do is I'll mix things up within this framework of exercises. I do switch up my split from time to time, and so that's going to dictate how many sets I do. It's going to dictate my frequency and volume, but generally speaking, I hit around 8 to 15 sets for biceps. My biceps and back always seem to develop a lot quicker. They seem to respond a lot better than my other body parts. And while genetics plays a strong role in this, it dawned on me one day that I actually train these two body parts differently. What I'll do is I might not go so strict on the positive. I might use some momentum to cheat the positive up, but I really focus on the eccentric. And one of my favorites is a barbell cheat curl. I feel it's an essential movement. It's fantastic for the biceps. It's sort of like the compound movement for the biceps. At the same time, when I do perform these curls, I realize that I'm training my biceps, and so I don't cheat to the point to where I'm not achieving that objective. Cheating has its place. Going very strict has its place. There's various forms of curling movements that I'll go very strict. No cheating whatsoever. I'm pretty much just flexing my biceps with weight in hand, and that works very well. I get a unique pump from that. A lot of people will ask me, how do I get my biceps to pop out when I hit the straight arm pose? And really the reason for that is strong brachialis development. Exercises like the hammer curls, heavy barbell curls, focusing on the eccentric, and preacher curls, focusing at the bottom of the movement, that's really going to stimulate the brachialis muscle. When the forearm lines up with gravity at the beginning and end of a curling movement, tension decreases to the point to where the biceps really aren't stimulating, so it's almost like resting. So what I'll do is I'll focus on 2/3 of the full range of motion when I use a free weight curling movement, keeping the tension in the sweet spot, so to speak, which is right where the forearm is approaching parallel to the ground and just slightly above, right before the tension decreases. What I'll do to work the biceps through a full range of motion is I'll just combine a group of exercises, say preacher curls, where I angle my forearm outward. The tension is greatest at the bottom of the range of motion. Then I might come back and do a dumbbell incline curl and just work the top end of the range of motion. Just by mixing and matching exercises along those lines, not only am I working my biceps through a full range of motion, but I'm keeping peak tension on the biceps throughout various points of the range of motion, and I'm maintaining constant tension. With the constant tension principle in mind, I'm not a big fan of alternating dumbbell curls, unless I use the rest pause technique. Often I use the rest pause technique for alternating dumbbell curls and alternating hammer dumbbell curls. And what I'll do is I'll choose a weight that I might normally fail at around 3 to 5 reps if I were just to do one arm at a time. And with alternating dumbbell curls in this fashion, I can squeeze out about 8 or 10 reps before reaching failure. Of course, there are a few other advanced strategies that I'll use from time to time, but this is my biceps workout and my biceps regimen in a nutshell, and it's working great.